Yeah, we talk about ethnic people with white names. I say that as an Asian American named Andrew.
That's true. Andrew is a pretty Americanized name.
And same thing like your friend you just mentioned, like
John Matthew. Yeah.
my mom named me after the saint.
Okay.
That's not a lot to live up to, by the way.
I was named after a saint. Saint Lawrence. I have no idea what he did.
Aw.
No clue.
Well, he's not you, so he's no Larry Lawrence Simonson.
Well, my brother was.
Wait, no, full name first, right? It's Lawrence Larry.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Lawrence Larry.
Like the title when you put it on LinkedIn, right? It's like Lawrence Larry or is it Larry Lawrence?
It's like Lawrence and then parentheses Larry. Actually, I've started putting Larry just about everywhere because most people know me as Larry.
Well, I mean, if someone calls you Lawrence, you know they're trying to sell you shit, right? So
yeah.
That's Lawrence Simonson, folks, of the One Star Reviews. I'm Andrew Van. Don't sell us shit. We don't want it. Larry's about to have a baby. He can't buy it right now.
No,
anyway.
I'm poor now.
He's poor. He's gonna be real poor when our baby's here. Gonna be real poor.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime,
hold on. When's this airing?
Probably mid-October.
Yeah, it'll be public. Yeah, I'm having a baby. It's great.
So poor.
So poor.
Celebrate with his poorness, though, as we do a podcast that pays him nothing.
Yeah, about that. Caleb mentioned something about you paid him like $100 check, and I have not seen any money.
I mean, I may have given him like a blank check and just like,
the fuck?
What?
You gave him a
blank check?
And then he bought a house just like in that movie, Blank Check.
Like a moderate sized house. It wasn't like a mansion like Blank Check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, in retrospect, that was 1993. I think the movie came out because I was really young, and the kid only wrote a check for $1 million.
Because like he couldn't dream big enough. He was like $1 million.
But like now, like $1 million would not get all the stuff that kid got. Like, is that how bad inflation's got,
Isn't
or
that
is it
kind of the point of the movie though? Is that he uses $1 million and he spends it all.
Yeah, and like he gets in no trouble for fraud, right? Because I think like the FBI, like the woman in the movie, the quote like weird like love interest in the movie, was suspicious of his actions, followed his actions, encouraged it a little bit, and then like they let him off. If I'm remembering that right. By the way, this is now officially a Blank Check podcast.
That's right. We're going to talk about the movie Blank Check.
This has nothing to do with the title.
The title of this podcast episode, Sushi
Murasaki,
is not even close to what we're about to talk about.
Nothing at all. So, Sushi Murasaki, located on Main and East Washington, right in the heart of downtown Greenville. It's a long-established sushi restaurant owned by Julie, I believe is the owner's name, and she does a fantastic job. I believe they do catering as well, and I think they either currently or they used to have a location in the Haywood Mall, I believe. I think it's now Koi, actually. I think Koi actually owns that piece now. But that being said, they've been a really good Greenville business for a long time. So if you've never listened to One Star Review before, we read the bad reviews of good businesses we enjoy, with the exception of some episodes like GameStop and Golden Corral where we just were bored. But in most cases, we read Greenville-owned businesses because we love our town. We love the businesses. We love the restaurants in our town. So we like to celebrate by reading the trolley one-star reviews because people suck.
Yeah. Back then, that's a big. We're just we can't abide fools. So we're gonna learn something through these fools' eyes.
That's the theme of that's the slogan. We can't abide these fools.
Here's a 1-star.
Go on.
It's real quick. Rice was overcooked. Excuse me, I fucked it up. I'm gonna restart.
Wow. Take 2.
Very first review, I messed it up. Rice was overcooked and underflavored, overpriced, uncomfortable seating as well.
This one is a short review. I don't know if I trust them just because of where they ended up going. Went in, waited for 5 minutes to be seated, and another 5 minutes for the bartender to turn around, but too busy doing inventory of the alcohol, so I left and went to Sticky Fingers. So I suggest maybe hire more staff to not have customers unattended and retrain staffs into paying more attention to customers. Now, I'll say this. The time we're recording this is late September of 2021. By this person's review, they left it 3 months ago. This would have been June of 2021. For historical sake, if you listen to this not currently, when the time it's released, which would be in October 21, if you're listening to it in like 2020, there was a thing called a pandemic. And a lot of hospitality places didn't have workers because various reasons that people didn't want to work anymore during this period of time when there were a lot of government handouts, unemployment was paying more than, giving working a full load at a restaurant and double shifts and all this kind of stuff. So a lot of places didn't have staffing. So when I read these reviews where people complain about staffing, I just want to put that context out there. Now, back to the thing I said earlier, this person went to Sticky Fingers. They settled for Sticky Fingers instead of good Japanese food with flavor and spices. If someone told me I'm going to go to Sticky Fingers, I would say, let me just unfriend you real quick. Because I don't like chain restaurants, let alone bad barbecue chain restaurants.
Oh, well, now don't hate too hard here.
I'm not hating too hard, but it's Sticky Fingers. I've always wondered to myself, how is it Sticky Fingers? The Applebee's of barbecue is always in a downtown in cities I visit. I don't understand their marketing and how they get away with that. Like Charleston, South Carolina, beautiful old town, right? And then you see like these authentic, beautiful Charleston restaurants like Basil, Nick's Barbecue. And all of a sudden there's Sticky Fingers hanging around there for some reason.
That's a bad example. Basil just closed down.
Damn it! Why you gotta say stuff like that to upset me?
I'm so sorry. Sticky Fingers is still around, though. Don't worry. Basil's closed down, so if you're in downtown Charleston, you can still go to
Sticky Fingers is like the cockroach of restaurants. We can have a nuclear war, and Sticky Fingers will still be up and running somehow.
I definitely dated a girl who worked at Sticky Fingers.
Sticky Fingers is the Waffle House of barbecue places. It's going to be operational no matter what happens.
I would actually put Sticky Fingers more on the order of like Fats Cafe. Like it's not bad. It's mid-range. It's fine. But the fact that it's a chain kind of ruins it a little bit.
If Fats Cafe didn't have those poppy seed rolls, it would be game over. I think, honestly, that's the only saving grace of Fats Cafe. Maybe the Calabash chicken's decent. But, at the end of the day, this guy went and settled for Sticky Fingers.
Yeah, if you're going to go to Sticky Fingers instead of Sushi Murasaki's, I think that's not exactly a comparable
because
experience.
The bartender didn't turn around quick enough for you.
The funny thing is there are other like sushi places in downtown Greenville they could have gone to instead of Sticky Fingers.
Yeah, we've reviewed a few of them already. There's Tsunami, right? That's right down the street from there. There's also Taco Sushi right across the street from there. That's also really good. And then down the street even further, you have Purple, International Sushi Bistro. And then what else am I missing here?
The Ramen Go? No, Sushi Go? Sushi Go.
Sushi Go's at the top of Main Street. Yep. That's also
Purple
there.
Purple still around? I thought Purple might have closed.
Nope, Purple's still there. It's
okay.
right next to the baseball stadium.
Okay.
That
used to be my place of choice when we lived
I
downtown.
feel like there's one more I'm missing for some reason. I just cannot think of it off the top of my head.
There used to be a sushi place where the crepe place is now.
Wait, no, was it? No, Crepe Place used to be Bonjour. No,
Yeah.
It's Bonjour now. Then it was something else.
It was something before that.
It was Mojo's before that.
Oh man, I'm getting confused.
You're old, Larry. You're old.
Here's a 1-star. Horrible, eh? Customer service. Very unprofessional. Management. And an entitled attitude towards treating its patrons' concerns. Will never be returning, nor would I advise anyone else.
If you're in the hibachi portion of you notice there's a lot of bugs on it. What the fuck does this sentence mean? If you're in the hibachi portion of you notice there's a lot of bugs under the stairs. Also had a lobster roll with expired lobster, made friends really sick. 1 star for that reason. Plus the long wait does not help either. And the failure to hear instruction by the waiter. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I assume you see that, and I don't know how to read that first sentence that's very long any better than I did. But, if you're in the hibachi portion, you do notice some bugs under the stairs. By the way, this person went to the wrong damn place because there's no stairs in Sushi Murasaki.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where there would be
There's
stairs.
no fucking stairs in Sushi Murasaki.
There's like a separate sit-down area outside from the bar, right? Is there like a separate area? Because I've never been in that area.
You walk in,
and to your left.
They're all high tables.
Yeah, but to your left.
That's a separate restaurant.
Oh.
That's the Orient, which is also owned by the same owner, but there's no stairs.
Okay.
So I don't know
what they're talking about.
I don't know where they're supposed to be. I mean, maybe they're like, oh, yeah, this is supposed to be because it says sushi.
Weird.
Right? Anyway.
Food is average. Service is average. Waitresses do not wear masks. If you care about that, I will not be back. 1 star from 4 months ago. Hey, just FYI, if the food is average and the service is average, don't you think you should give a 3-star review?
Ooh. The food is still good, but the service has drastically declined over the past year. Parentheses, especially at the bar. I no longer go to this restaurant after multiple years of regular visits. Again, I've said this in so many past. Multiple years you go, and the one time your entitled ass does not get the service you, quote, deserve is the time you give a bad review.
Yeah. Bar staff have a very snobbish, self-important attitude. Seems to be a general workplace culture problem rather than an issue of an individual having a bad day. Well, okay. What do you think happened there? Was it like a bartender gave him the cold shoulder or something, or?
There's a theme here, right? There's a theme I'm noticing about the bar service here. I was told once upon a time, and maybe this is because when I was younger in my 20s and 30s and I hung out with some douchebags, they were like, I heard like there's like a hometown Maxim girl and she works at the Sushi Murasaki as a bartender.
Sorry, you say a hometown Maxim girl?
Okay,
Maxim. Like Maxim magazine?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You know what Maxim?
I know what Maxim magazine is.
Oh, you know what Maxim magazine?
That was the first magazine my dad decided to buy a subscription for my brother and I, to be like, here you go, kids. It's not Playboy, but here you go. And we were like, thanks, Dad. We did not ask for this.
He still has those at his house, doesn't he?
No, but God, I hope he doesn't. Oh, God.
Yeah, he does.
No, shush.
Come on. There's no... Why are you in the boo button?
I don't like this.
Wait, are you booing Maxim or are you booing your dad?
I'm booing you talking about my dad having Maxims.
No, you're the one who brought up that your dad has Maxim magazines he gave you when you were what? Probably a teenager?
Yeah, I was
How old
a
are
teenager.
you? 17?
Yeah, a lot of, yeah. No, younger than that.
Wait, how old were you for real?
Like 13, I don't know.
So that means your brother would have been how old? 8? How much older are you than your brother? 4 years?
Yeah, he's like a year and a half younger than me.
Oh, a year and a half.
He's actually really close in age.
So you
like 10, 11, I don't know.
Man, my kid's 11 now.
It'd be like, okay, there you go. That's context for you. It'd be like if you bought your son now Maxims
would murder
to be
me.
like, here you go, son, because I know that
run-on joke from
curious.
the last episode that shouldn't have happened, but my wife would murder me. Murder in the dirt or me. She would leave me outside in the dirt after murdering me for giving my kid a Maxim.
Do you want me to check with Greg and see if he still has some Maxims that we can give your son?
Look, if your dad still has Maxim magazines, they need to be framed for historical data.
Anyway, Maxim girl works at the bar at Sushi Murasaki.
Basically, I was told, like, well, the service is shitty, but, like, they got hot chicks working at the bar. And I was like, all right. So I don't know if that was, like, a thing. Right, where like they just wanted to lure people in, and they didn't care about the service. I don't know. I'm just saying what rumors were when I was younger. Not that it really matters after the fact.
Rumors have it.
Yeah. Here's another one. Bar staff was very snobbish.
Wait.
Oh, you just read that.
Yes, I caught you.
I did it for the first time.
I caught you. I should have
right.
let you finish reading it.
Bad service, dirty restrooms, old dry rice. Will not recommend. That's the name of my rap album.
Old dry rice?
No, all of it. Bad service, dirty restrooms, old dry rice. Will not recommend.
It's a very long. It's a very long name to a band.
I've seen longer names.
Waited over 10 minutes for service, and the restaurant was empty. Bartender took 20 minutes to make a drink order. Cool atmosphere, decent food, but terrible customer service every time.
I like this one. We went in for a romantic Valentine's dinner. The sign said, seat yourself. There wasn't a table empty. The couple before us had to get their own menus. They sat us, however, No one never wiped down the table. I got a $13 roll spelled ROLE, that looked like a $7 roll.
Oh, $7.
They spelled this roll correctly, $7 roll. I have going. I'm reading this right. I have going here for years. Never will I be back. The bartender was amazing. There's a change. I wish I knew his name. He was the best thing about. Maybe his fucking name was Tony. Previous episode.
Oh my god, what if Tony works here now?
Because think about this. Conspiracy. In the last episode you may have listened to, we did Earshy Sushi Pub. And we learned that 4 years ago, sometime in 2017, Tony was a beloved bartender that left or was fired, and a lot of people apparently got upset over the reviews. This review was from 3 years ago. Could that spectacular male bartender, who is the best thing about the whole experience, could that have been Tony? One will never know.
Man, we'll never know.
I
100% just like Googled Greenville Sushi Tony just to see if maybe he would pop up in another place, and nothing popped up. So
not even on Reddit. That's not even like a Reddit name, Greenville Sushi Tony. That's gonna be
so Reddit has the worst search function. That I'd never find him that way.
That if I ever get back on Reddit, which is a hellhole and the giant rabbit hole that it is, I will use Greenville Sushi Roll Tony.
Hey man, Greenville sub's a lot of fun.
Is it though?
It's so much fun.
Larry,
it's so much fun. I have fun. Ordered from the Bite Squad app. They didn't have one of the rolls I ordered, so Bite Squad called to let me know. I ordered another one. It went through, and then before it was delivered, they took both rolls off because the restaurant was out of lobster. Didn't tell me that when I ordered a different lobster roll. Also didn't include chopsticks with my order, even though I specially asked for 2 sets of chopsticks. Never order from here. They're the worst. That's actually unusual that they wouldn't have included chopsticks, honestly. I feel like I always ask, please don't include chopsticks, because I have my own chopsticks. But
do you really?
I really do.
Do you bring those out?
No, like at home. I don't bring them out with me, but like we have our own chopsticks that like whenever we order in, like we just have chopsticks.
Sure.
And
are they metal?
They're not. They're wood. They were a gift. I think they were a wedding gift actually.
Oh.
Well, and they're like really handy. But it's like unusual that they wouldn't include.
That wasn't from me. No.
No, I don't think it was from you. No.
Well, thank you for not assuming that.
No.
No, that's good.
Actually, most likely it was. Oh my God, it was from my friend Tony, I think.
This is from 3 years ago. Sushi fell apart. There's no real sushi bar, which should have been a direct indication of the quality. Okay, first off, there is a sushi bar. It's very small. It's like at the very corner of the place, and you can kind of sit near it. But anyway, prices are also steep. We received 3 different specialty rolls, which maybe one was decently enjoyable. Just reading this, I can like feel the tenseness of the what's the word I want to use? The pompousness here. Mm-hmm. Overall, I would definitely not come here again. But if you happen to know of a great sushi place in Greenville, please let me know, smiley face. Okay, Nathan, thank you for your expertise in sushi places and knowing that Greenville, to you, does not have a great sushi place. But if there was one, I don't think I'd let you know. I think you're okay with eating mediocre and expecting too much from good places, Nathan. I hope that love finds you one day and that you are met with the greatest sushi roll that will meet your expectations.
And sweep you off your feet.
And just give you...
Hold you tight.
Everything that a sushi roll can.
Give you a hug from the inside.
And just really just boil down to it, just the inner beings of what it means to be. Fuck you.
And also has real wasabi on it. All right.
All right.
Staff has no... Oh, sorry. Oh, wait. Actually, 2 thoughts.
Did you... What?
Sorry. 2 thoughts. Oh, wait. Have you read this one already?
No.
Oh. I love that I have to check because we're like scrolling. There's a lot of 1 stars here. 2 thoughts before I read this one. One is that I started reading that incorrectly. I have to read it a lot drunker sounding. And 2, I think I know this person. I recognize the name.
Go on.
Staff has no desire to serve the late night crowd. Pretty embarrassing that a business would have an attitude with customers trying to buy something. That's an entitled opinion right there. That's a customer is always right opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm trying to remember. The customer is always right is like not the full quote, right?
It's the customer's always right because we need to have tips to pay the bills.
No, it's a very specific. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
While you do that, I'll read. Staff has no desire to serve the late night crowd. Pretty embarrassing that a business would have an attitude with customers trying to buy something. I feel like because this, and I don't like to read the names of people except for Nathan, but this person's name is Seth. And I feel like Seth, the way I read this, definitely was hammered and wanted people's attention and probably more than what he should have asked for. It's like, it's really embarrassing that business would have an attitude with customers just trying to buy something. They just want to buy another beer. That's not wrong. Yeah, that's pretty much every stat in my head right there.
So generally thought the quote is actually most likely coming from a Sears Roebuck and Company instruction manual from 1905. Every one of their thousands of employees are instructed to satisfy the customer, regardless of whether the customer is right or wrong. Satisfaction is it's essentially saying it's not that you're right, it's that you're actually wrong, and I'm going to do my best to like satisfy you. That's a slightly different thing.
Please don't go there often, took patrons. What? There's one before that, and it says, please don't go there awful to patrons, thank you. I'm assuming that was like a inside job on that one.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these are not fun 1 stars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking for something clever.
This person right here, 2 years ago, sushi is nasty.
Sushi's nasty. Spoon's not given when asked, and it's been 30 minutes. Rude waitress serves customers from the bar instead of giving a simple spoon to us. Flies everywhere landing on our food. Choked on rice and no waitress came to help. Customer service was very poor. The food was overall good. 1 star. I didn't get a spoon, and the waitress did not give me the Heimlich maneuver, but the food was good. 1 star. That is what that review was.
This is a great MasterCard commercial where it's like priceless, whatever. Food equals blah. Price equals over. Portions equals small. Service equals good. I've had better sushi from a grocery store for cheaper. That's all they wrote.
I think this person's in the know. Bad bartender tonight at section 27. Rude AF. All right, and we're out of the 1 stars.
Yeah, so
we did it.
There's definitely some 2 stars and more pompousy reviews, and they're all the same. They're like, yeah, I've had better. Like, okay, fantastic.
Things we're learning. Customer service maybe is up and down here. The bartenders are aloof.
I mean, that we definitely got that vibe. That's for sure.
But like, I don't know. Considering the number of 5 stars, that kind of are like the food's pretty damn good. I'm not too sure I trust the food is not good portion of those reviews.
I like how there are a lot of people in general with sushi places. They're like, the portions are small. Like, I mean, it's sushi. It's literally.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah,
you're kind of eating art a little bit.
The only place I've seen giant pieces of sushi is Taco Sushi, because that is no. I'll take that back. Holy moly!
Taco sushi is a very distinct type of sushi.
It is very distinct, and then Holy Moly, which is it's actually about to open in downtown Greenville by the time of this recording, probably by the end of 2021. We'll have a location. They have absurdly large pieces of sushi, but it's also like $13 per and filled. And I'm not even kidding. It's very good. So let me please just clarify. It's very good. It's also very absurd. It's fried tempura with steak and cheese in some of their ingredients, and that sounds weird. And it was weird sounding when I heard about it. but I'll be damned if it wasn't really delicious going down. But yeah, that's about as big as you can get now. Otherwise, like we said, sushi traditionally is, I mean, it's small. And so you should expect that, right? That's like saying, I didn't like the hamburger because it was greasy.
Yes, the owners obviously know what's up at sushi at Murasaki's too.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the 5 stars are in the past like couple weeks and months. Every single 5-star has a response from the owner.
Nice.
None of the 1-star. All the 1-stars are like, lost him. Fuck him.
Dead to me.
Dead to us.
Look, check them out. Sushi Murasaki, corner Washington, right across from Sticky Fingers. So if you know where Sticky Fingers is, like that one guy, you know where Sushi Murasaki is. Check them out.
Walk right past Sticky Fingers. Walk into this place.
I will say this. In some people's opinion, it is smaller. You do want to kind of go in during peak times. It's only high top tables or the bar. But if you get in and you aren't, frustrated as it is going into it, it is a good restaurant. You'll enjoy it. And it's from what every time I've been in there, I've never had bad service. I do believe that there can possibly absolutely be times when people get bad service, and that's just kind of the run of the gamut when you go out, because it's not always going to be perfect. But at the same time, have some grace. I don't know. I can say it any better than that. But
oh man, that's just good advice in general for any of these restaurants. Have some grace.
Especially right now, everyone's having a shit day. It's not exactly a fun time to be in a business where hospitality, you're short staffed, short change, and people are just not considerate and just rude to you. So let's just throw that out there. Being considerate of us, though, our 1-star reviews, give us a like, subscribe, whatever you listen to our voices on, whether it be iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, whatever you're listening to there.
One of those newsies that are, it's like on the corner of like Main Street in Washington, who's like, extra, listen all about it. And it's this podcast.
There's so many podcasts now in the world. I can imagine that newsy being super imploded with so much out there right now. But check out also our past reviews as well. Check out our past episodes. We've done so many. We love doing these for the sake of what we're doing. This has been the end of the Sushi Month run. Check the restaurants we've talked about out, especially Sushi Murasaki, Tsunami, and Earshot we mentioned before.
Hey, we got to like a quick shout out too. We wanted to do Koi Asian Bistro, but we couldn't because they had like 3 1-star reviews.
Yeah. So
I love Koi Asian Bistro.
Yeah, bonus shout out there. Koi Asian Bistro right there on Pelham. Check them out. And that has been this episode. Are you happy, Nathan? I think Nathan's happy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Enemy of the podcast, Nathan.
Also, Tony, if you're listening. We miss you, Tony.